Nice bit of colour you picked up today. You'll be in swimming trunks tomorrow.
Did you not put your sunblock on today?
Steve's quite the opposite. Steve's a very serious character.
Should be like a religion to you, Nigel. You know what the sun can do to your skin up here? Right. Fast up, fast down, OK? So let's strip all the unnecessary gear and pack a kit.
What we agreed? Frillies in tutus.
The conditions can be extremely hostile at this altitude. The team must be sure of the weather before they decide on making the challenging climb for the summit.
Base to Jensen. Weather's looking fairly good for the next 24 hours.
Copy that, base. Good night. Good enough?
We better get some beauty sleep then, eh? To infinity and beyond.
Fellas, you should have had this done earlier.
It's a run for the summit, stick the flag on, get the photographs, and back down again.
To get to the summit and back before nightfall, they need to travel light. They leave the tent and most of their equipment behind.
The climb to the summit is about 4,000 feet from here, maybe a little bit more, and it's a lot to do in this altitude, so we've got to go light and get back down before it goes dark.
They now face one of the toughest sections of the climb.
Steve was sort of, come on, let's get on this thing, bang, 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 and away he went.
On the opening stages, I'm not doing bad at all. But as the day's progressing, I'm thinking that we're moving pretty slow and we need to keep it moving a bit faster.
It takes us such a long time to cover this. The time's really ticking away.
After hours of hard climbing, the team are already behind schedule. They've now reached an area known as the football field, a flat plateau just below the summit. But the weather is changing.
As we walked across the top of the football field, the wind started to increase rapidly.
The temperatures dropped to around minus 50 degrees centigrade, with the wind howling over the summit ridge at about 70 miles an hour. I don't know what that takes you down to. But it's cold, believe me.
Every step is just draining. You're almost crawling, really, just to sort of get your face out of the wind.
It can be like being hit with hailstones, frozen peas, if you've got exposed flesh.
Weather conditions on Mount McKinley are some of the most unpredictable in the world and can cause death by flash freezing in seconds.
We'd all got 17 days hard climbing behind us, which means you don't carry a lot of excess fat, which is what you need in a situation like this.
These conditions are very tough for all of them, but for one, the conditions are proving too much.
What I didn't realise was how cold Steve was getting. Steve was getting bitterly cold.
I can feel myself going down. I'm shivering, my teeth are chattering, my thought process is slowing down, I'm becoming lethargic.
Steve, who is leading the team, is beginning to feel the effects of hypothermia. He's literally freezing to death. They're at over 19,000 feet, and the temperature is plummeting. At such altitudes, the impact of an unpredicted storm like this is devastating. Steve is suffering badly. Anthony and Nigel know that they have to get him out of the freezing cold.
We need to look for shelter! Get somewhere safe, now!
Finding anywhere to hide up there is very difficult. You really are out on your own.
Wait! Up there!
By the grace of God, we found a crevasse at the base of the summit cone. We took our ice axes and opened the face of it up, which was very hard work.
I can feel myself going down. I'm shivering. Hypothermia is gonna come soon if I don't get out of this wind.
It was a wind that was killing us. And once we were in there, I'm not going to say it was warm, but it was warmer.
As the cold's taking effect, your mind's slowing down, your reactions are slowing down, thought process is slowing down. So I'm relying then on others to take care of me.
I need you to hug me. I need you to get some warmth into me.
Steve asks me to sort of cuddle him, keep him warm, really.
You ever tell anyone about this at climbing club? And you're toast.
Anthony was talking to Steve quite a lot, and I think that probably came from the fact that they were great friends anyway. They'd known each other a long, long time, and Anthony just wasn't going to let him go.
Thirsty. Thirsty. Give us a drink. Nice drink. Let's see what we've got.
Dehydration is a major, major problem.
The team begin to regret leaving their equipment behind.
What's that then, Nige?
We should have carried a stove to reheat and to get some warm food inside us and possibly a better drink inside us.
It's all right, mate. It's all right. Just calm down. I'm here, all right? So shh.
We've got to radio for help. Get them to send help. We'll never get Steve down on our own, not in the state that he's in. We've got no choice.
I don't know. He's still shivering and moving. That's a really good sign.
Nigel and Anthony know that Steve would want to carry on, but they now must decide if they should call off the climb and send out a mayday call.
It's a very difficult decision to actually decide that we've got to make this mayday call because we don't know how Steve's going to react.
We need to call now rather than waiting till it's too late. Just hope there's enough charge in the battery to get through. Try to keep it warm, but it's so cold.
Is it okay?
We'll get a better signal outside. Base camp! This is Expedition Denson. Do you copy? This is Expedition Denson, requesting urgent assistance. Over.
This is base camp. Base camp receiving. If you're trying to reach us, we can hear your button being pressed, but no voice transmission. Repeat, your button, but not your voice.
I felt very happy to hear somebody else's voice, that there was somebody there. But they were really struggling to hear us.
We need you to respond by clicks. 1 click for yes, 2 for no.
And so they started off, are you this expedition? 1 click for yes, 2 clicks for no.
Are you Expedition Zambezi?
We just went down until they got a click for yes.
Are you Expedition Denson?
And at that point, they've got who you are, what route you're climbing, next of kin, equipment, all this information they can use.
The storm is too bad to rescue you tonight. We need you to call again in the morning.
What did they say?
I'm to call. Reconfirm our position in the morning. We've just got to get through tonight. Radio again tomorrow.
Steve? Nige! Steve, stop moving! Steve! Steve!
Steve is becoming dangerously hypothermic. And now Nigel is also losing his battle against the cold.
I don't realise I'm going hypothermic. And my own mind is shutting down.
Anthony must try to keep his two friends alive in temperatures of minus 30 degrees at almost 20,000 feet. It's been a long night, but eventually Anthony emerges to see if the weather at least may be changing for the better. With daybreak comes another surprise.
Morning. You seem disgustingly fit for a man who was a shivering wreck last night. Obviously these big manly arms of mine are stuffed.
Overnight, Anthony managed to slow the process of hypothermia by holding Steve's body close to his own, providing much-needed insulation against the cold.
It was a vast improvement from the previous night. Steve actually was in a good condition.
Come on, let's go and check where we are.
What about Nige?
Oh, we can get him later. Look, just like you and I, let's go and have a look at this mountain that we've been talking about for so long. Okay.
At this point, I'm still hoping to make it to the summit, for all three of us to get there. I'm sitting here in the snow, wondering what the hell I'm going to do. I can't stand up and walk. I've tried crawling. I've got a whistle. I start to blow my whistle in case there's anybody just the other side of the rib. I'm sitting there thinking, what else can I do to attract attention? I've got nothing else. I've let them down. I've let my mates down, and they're probably going to die.
They have now been exposed on a barren mountainside for hours. And even though the Arctic nights are very short, as the sun gets lower, it just gets colder and colder.
It's getting close to sort of 9, 10 o'clock, 10:30 time, where I'm starting to realise that at that time of the day, it'll be very unlikely that a rescue party will come to us. And as a result, it's starting to hit home that we could be out in a very exposed area for a second night.
Nigel? Nigel? Nigel! Look!
We thought Steve was the hero of the day for raising the alarm and getting the helicopter to us.
At 19,500 feet, this is still the highest helicopter rescue on record in North America. And it was only attempted because of Nigel's mayday call the previous night. But it's not looking good for Steve. Night is beginning to fall, and in these temperatures, Steve knows he'll be lucky to survive the hours ahead.
I've got to look after myself for the night now. I've got to think about shelter, about keeping myself warm. What if the wind comes down the mountain? I untie my ice axe from my leg and I etch out a shallow hollow and build up a small wall. It's enough to keep any wind off. I need to make sure that I stay awake when it's dark. If I don't stay awake, I die. This is it. The sun's gone down. If I think about 4 hours in the dark, temperature's down to -50 centigrade, and surviving it, it's a long, long way to go.
Steve's body is succumbing to the cold. He tries desperately to stay alive.
I'm thinking about my family back home in England. That's keeping me going. I want to see my family. I want to go home to them. I've got to stay awake. I'm messing with my leg. Putting my goggles over my eyes so my eyes don't freeze. Even tapping my leg to stimulate some pain so that it keeps me awake.
Climber Steve Ball has had an horrific fall on Mount McKinley. He's been stranded for 15 hours with terrible injuries in unbelievable cold. His fellow climbers, Anthony and Nigel, have been rescued. All he can do now is hope someone finds him before he dies.
Steve!
His friends have no idea that Steve is still lost on the mountain.
Somebody came into my room in the hospital to ask me what Steve was wearing. It's only then I actually realised that Steve wasn't in a place of safety. He'd been there for up to 12 hours out, exposed on the mountainside, and nobody knew where he was.
Climbers have now been alerted and are out searching for Steve, but they have no idea where to look for him and have little hope of finding him alive. It is rare for the human body to survive overnight temperatures as low as -50 degrees.
I can't feel my feet anymore. My nose is cold. I don't want to take my fingers out of my pockets. I just want to stay huddled up. I haven't got a lot left. I'm starting to lose it.
Steve's lost all hope of being saved. He hasn't made it to the path. All he can do is wait for death.
I'm hearing voices, and I don't know who it is. I think I'm dreaming.
But it's not a dream. These voices are real.
Tom, on the radio, quick.
I know these voices, and I know I'm being rescued. I know I can't be dreaming it. because I'm feeling the pain, and you don't feel pain when you're dreaming. I'm awake. They tell me they're climbers, and they found me, and they're surprised that I'm still alive. I'm cold, but I'm alive, and I'm going to stay alive. I want to go home.
After 2 weeks in Alaska in intensive care, Steve was allowed to travel back to the UK. He spent a further 6 months in hospital and another 2 years in rehabilitation.
My frostbite injuries resulted in amputations of all the fingers and thumb on my right hand, my left hand mid-palm, the left leg has gone below the knee, and my right foot has gone mid-foot, and of course a little bit of nose.
Anthony and Nigel both suffered from severe frostbite. Anthony lost 2 fingers. Nigel lost all his fingers and all of his toes, as well as needing skin grafts to reconstruct his cheek and nose.
I've managed to travel the world numerous times since all this happened, and go into the Arctic, the Himalayas, and climb. A little slower.
Steve's asked me, as he would, whether we could go back and do it again, and I'd like to think that we will get back and get another expedition planned, possibly all 3 of us together, and do something, but we'll have to wait and see.
I'm disabled now, but I'm out fell running, out walking, I go rock climbing, I go mountaineering, snowboarding, skiing, canoeing. I still go back to the mountains, I still climb, and I still get the same pleasure and enjoyment from the mountains. So, no, it's not worth losing life and limb, but you can't stop going. I'm hooked.
The Amazon rainforest in Brazil. It's one of the last great wilderness areas, home to the largest variety of insects, birds, and mammals in the world. For Dave Boyer and Crystal Ramsey, it's the trip of a lifetime.
Can you believe it? We're actually here in the Amazon.
Hey, you know when I make a promise, I keep it.
It's the realization of a dream they shared 2 years ago when they were a couple.
Crystal and I dated for about 3 years, and really were the closest you could possibly be. One day we were talking about our passions, and I asked her the question, if you could go any one place in the world, where would that be?
And the Amazon was #1 for both of us.
Dave and Crystal aren't together anymore, but they are still close friends.
There was no one I would have rather gone with than him.
Dave knows that Crystal has had a long-standing struggle with depression.
In school, where I met Dave, I had a very bad time with depression.
Dave thinks this trip will be good for her, but he's also nursing a secret hope that it might just reignite their romance.
She was the love of my life. I still envisioned spending the rest of my life with her.
They've traveled almost 200 miles south from the Brazilian city of Manaus to one of the Amazon's remotest backwaters. They plan to spend 2 months exploring the region. Their base, a small lodge in the heart of the rainforest. Around it is a network of clearly marked forest trails. Dave and Crystal spend their first 2 days checking out the shorter ones. Then they decide they're ready to take on the longest. It's known as the White Trail, and it stretches 3 miles deep into virgin rainforest. Dave and Crystal set off in the morning with enough water for a 3-hour hike.
We left just before 10 o'clock and expected to be back in time for a late lunch.
They've spent 2 years reading up on the rainforest, but nothing prepares them for the real thing.
As soon as we went in, we started to see more than we had ever seen before, such as bats and different kind of bugs than we had ever seen, and it was a fantastic morning. I was really excited.
Dave, look.
We had tunnel vision. We were focused on one thing, and that was exploring and seeing the rainforest. We were oblivious to any dangers that were involved.
They are so absorbed by the sights and sounds of the forest, they don't notice that they've stepped off the marked trail.
Our awareness was elsewhere. It was on the trees, on the animals, on the sounds.
They are now following paths made by animals.
As we got further along, the jungle seemed to creep in on each side. We now had to walk in a single file line.
Then the path completely disappears. For the first time, they realize they're no longer on the trail.
That's when I didn't know what to do. I was really worried.
Let's see the map.
I think I forgot the map at the lodge.
I had left the map sitting on the dresser in our cabin.
Dave.
Look, I can remember it. I can.
The map Dave left behind was a hand-drawn sketch of the area. He clearly remembers it showing the lodge at the bottom, which would normally indicate that it lies to their south. But the map isn't laid out in the usual way. To get back to the lodge, they actually need to head north.
If we head south, that should take us back.
You're sure?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Okay.
Come on, let's go.
Hiking south is the worst decision Dave could make. Ahead, there lies nothing but thousands of miles of rainforest. Uninhabited, except for rainforest creatures, many of them highly dangerous. 2 hours later, they're getting worried.
This way.
We had been walking far longer than we should have been. We should have been back by then.
There's not much daylight left. It will soon be nightfall.
I'm not going to stay out in the forest. I can't let this happen. We have to find our way back before it gets dark.
I knew that once it got dark, we weren't going to be able to continue.
As darkness descends, any chance of finding the lodge today disappears.
That's really the first time we started to have some panic.
What time is it?
It's almost 6.
We should be back by now. If we'd been walking in the right direction for this long, we would have...
I know.
I don't think he wanted to deal with it. He didn't want to deal with even having to think about sleeping out there.
I was frustrated at myself. I felt responsible for getting us lost and felt responsible for finding the way back.
Crystal, you know what I'm thinking?
We're gonna have to spend the night here.
Yeah.
We just picked a spot to stay, a cleared area, and we just sat down to wait out the night.
Chris, I am so sorry about this.
It's okay. You buy me a beer when we get back, and we'll call it even. Okay?
Okay.
But they both know how vulnerable they really are. The rainforest is teeming with nocturnal predators.
A lot of the poisonous snakes, they wander through the forest at night. The jaguar comes out at night. you don't have a lot of choices of protection.
Dave and Crystal share a single thought. Can they make it through the night alive?
Chris, there's something out there.
The Amazon at night is a terrifying place to be. Dave and Crystal are totally defenseless, with no way to protect themselves from predators.
We weren't going to try to sleep at all. We were going to stay up, and that way if something stumbled upon us, we would be ready.
49 bottles of beer. Take one. Jeez, did you hear that? Chris, there's something out there. Do you think it could be a jaguar?
The Amazonian jaguar stalks its prey under the cover of darkness. It can kill with a single crushing bite to the head. Whatever it was, Dave has scared it off for now. They spend a sleepless night, alert to every tiny sound. Dave and Crystal have survived the night unscathed, almost.
I'm covered in mosquito bites.
Be grateful that's all that bit you.
Very funny.
So, what's the plan?
Well,
Dave needs to get them back to the lodge fast. Crystal's on medication for her depression, and he knows she doesn't have her drugs with her.
She had never missed a day on that medication.
this trail heads south, so it should take us right back to the lodge.
Okay. So we'll be back for breakfast.
Yeah. Let's get moving.
I truly believed that we were close and we were heading in the right direction. We just had run out of time the night before. It was going to be a breeze.
But with every step, they continue to move further away from the safety of the lodge. Four hours later, the temperature in the forest has soared. The heat and the way they're pushing themselves mean that Dave and Crystal are sweating out almost 4 pints of fluid an hour.
We were starting to get depressed about our situation. We were starting to get frustrated. The temperature was rising really fast. It was getting up to 95 degrees. We were sweating profusely.
Let's take a break.
Dave, I'm out of water.
When I realized that we were out of water and it was hot and it was 10 o'clock, I really started to realize things weren't just going to be okay.
We knew that we were losing water so quickly and things were not going to function right. Our brain was going to start to trick us and our body was going to give out eventually.
There's got to be something around here.
The irony is that the Amazon basin is one of the wettest places on Earth. Over 9 inches of rain can fall in a single month, leaving puddles of water everywhere. But they face an agonizing dilemma.
I didn't know what to do. Should we drink water and possibly get very sick, or risk getting very sick from dehydration?
I have an idea. Give me that.
My plan was to use my sports bra as a filter.
Okay. Now I want you to pour that through the top here.
Crystal's bra could actually filter out a number of nasty parasites. But it won't get rid of smaller microorganisms that could make them dangerously ill.
Okay. Bottoms up.
I don't know about this.
We don't have a choice.
Well, cheers.
I took a small sip and kind of let it sit in my mouth for a second to taste it.
Tastes okay. Kind of chalky.
We were both worried about drinking water, but in the end, when it's 95 degrees and you're sweating like that, it's gonna be more painful not to drink it.
Rehydrated, Dave and Crystal pick up the pace. But they must stay constantly on guard. The forest is alive with creatures that could kill them with a single bite.
We're consistently listening to sounds and trying to figure out what was in the forest around us. I didn't want to touch a branch that we didn't know what was on that branch. We wanted to watch our steps. I wanted to document it as well as I could, so I'd snapped that picture, hoping that one day somebody would find our bones and our camera and see that we had been there on the 6th day. That's when I started to think personally about my life. I did not have a close relationship with my family. I had never told my mother that I loved her. I had never told my family how much they meant to me. It was killing me, and I wasn't going to have that opportunity if I died out there.
That thought gives Dave the resolve he needs to keep going.
It's time.
I don't want to leave. I don't want to move.
I don't either, but we have to.
My feet were deteriorating unbelievably. And the pain was unbearable. It felt like 10 wasps were biting me at the same time.
If we stay here, we die. It's as simple as that.
Crystal finds the strength to give it one more try.
Okay. Stand on it. It's my girl.
They push on. Now the terrain gets harder.
Come on, Chris.
And as Crystal's feet become unbearably painful, her depression begins to get the better of her.
I couldn't walk anymore. I would try, and I would fall down. I felt like that was telling me it was time to just end it myself.
I don't want to go.
Crystal's depression is back. Now she can see only one way out of the nightmare.
Ken, come on!
I decided this is it.
I can't keep going. Give me the knife.
She really meant taking her life into her own hands. I'm gonna slash my wrists and take my life and put an end to this misery. This was the woman I was in love with. This was the person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. I had no thoughts of ever abandoning her.
I'll make you a deal, okay? I'll make you a deal.
I told her, you don't want to go through another night, I know that. And if it gets to be tonight and we have not made our way out, I will give you the knife.
Gotta give me everything you got today.
Crystal accepts Dave's deal.
Everything you got today.
If they aren't out of the forest by dusk, they will both kill themselves.
We'll do it together.
I put a specific time frame on the rest of our life. We were either going to get out and live the rest of our life really happily, or that was going to be the end.
Crystal can now see an end to her ordeal.
Sit down. Sit down here. On here. Come on.
She was like, what time is it? Is it nighttime? Is it getting close enough?
Come on!
But Crystal can't keep going. She decides she can't wait until nightfall. She wants them to end their lives now.
It's time.
When I said it, he agreed. And he said, okay, now we can do it.
We were going to have to go through with this.
Dave's resigned to dying, but there's a bizarre thought he can't get out of his head.
I wanted to wash the mud that was on my arms. I wanted to wash my face and have a clean body, a clean approach. If I was going to face a judgment, I needed to do it with a clean spirit as well as a clean body.
He begins to search for water to wash himself.
As we fought through some of the underbrush, when we got down there, there wasn't a creek, there wasn't a puddle. There was a flooded forest. Everywhere that we could see, there was water.
It's a glimmer of hope, just enough to keep them going.
This water's gotta lead somewhere.
In the Amazon, rivers are like roads. If this water leads to a river, they might just spot a boat. They put aside thoughts of suicide.
I got this surge of energy and some anger that made me want to fight through the water even more.
As we were going through the flooded forest, we kept telling each other, don't talk about any hopes. Just go, and go as fast as you can.
Dave, look!
I thought to myself, I've got to be hallucinating.
I said, David, am I really seeing that? You know, is that really real? And he said it was.
Hey! 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 Hey!
He didn't wave back at us. It seemed like he was miles away. We immediately just started screaming, help, 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 help me, please.
Here!
and he didn't respond.
We learned in one split second that we were going to live. I was screaming and crying, and just definitely the best moment I've ever had in my life. The sun's setting, the whole sky is bright pink. And Dave and I are just looking at each other, and the tears are just running down both of our faces.
And inexplainable joy, and we just looked at each other and looked up at the sky, essentially, and we're just so thankful to be alive.
Dave and Crystal are incredibly lucky. Their rescuer chanced on them in a waterway that local boats hardly ever use. They find out later that search parties spent 4 days looking for them. But they never even came close to the remote spot where Dave and Crystal ended up.
When we got out, we talked about, all the times that we had in the jungle and how we talked about getting married, but when we were finally saved and getting better, we realized that that isn't the thing that we're going to do at this time.
In the forest, we kind of had said, if we get out of this, we're going to live the rest of our lives together. And when the reality of being out was there, she did not feel that way. That was not what she wanted. And that was a bit of a disappointment to me. And that continued to be a disappointment for quite some time.
Dave and Crystal have both since returned to the Amazon. They never did restart their relationship, but after their 6-day death-defying ordeal, they became closer friends than ever.